Well, here we are, boys and girls, the penultimate war, number 11 against SGA. We've got a 5-fight war today with Cassie coming for a return, Vox, and then we have a free space to bring Wags along for some duties. At this point, I realised that I think I've only used 5 champs in total this season, and Symbiote's been amazing for me, but Cassie and Vox have probably been joint MVPs for me, and Cassie is probably doing most of the heavy lifting today for a change. We're doing Path 9 all the way except for MODOK, then we've got Kindred on node 42, and then for the first time this season taking Arcade, and he is on node 49. More about that later. We come to Sassy, which we've seen many times before. Again, Cassie is just top for this fight. I know a lot of people like to use Kingpin with synergies and the power control. Cassie does it all on her own and makes Sassy kill himself. Had a couple of sloppier attempts of this earlier in the season. This one went a little bit smoother. We'll just see how it goes. It's the usual routine, get some dexes up at the start. Went in a bit early, got some incinerate damage, which I don't really care about too much. I'm not interested in trying to miss his specials and stuff until I've got my first special one out and pushed him to the wall. He didn't want to throw a special there, which is fine. It's a few free stings. Add a few more on, and let's go. Power Start 1 really does work into favour here. Now we're at Wrath, which just means infinite specials for a while, just to chunk himself down. Saves me doing any real work. Annoyingly, he backed off and made most of the stings fall off. We'll just stick a few more on him. It just elongates the end of the fight, but nothing really to worry about other than just being slightly irritating. This is a much cleaner attempt than the last few times I've taken Sasquatch, so I was very pleased with this. And that's the end of him. Moving on to the next fight, we've got Guillotine 2099. We're going to take with Vox. We've put a cosmic boost on here without the power backs, so that she doesn't get indestructible once I lay her out. It's going to be a very easy fight, although I do make a bit of an oopsie at the start. The last couple of times I've fought Guilly, I guess I've just got lucky with RNG and that she's not gone invisible. I'm starting by building just a few dexes as I like to normally do with Vox, and then I'm just going to parry and hit her to build up a few quick buffs. And yeah, that was fine. I didn't get caught out by the invisible here, but then I did just fail a couple of dexes and parries, whatever, which is fine. She's got her indestructible up now, so we'll get that out of the way. I missed the dex there. Again, I'm really not worried about the damage that I'm taking here, because she's going to be dead in just a few seconds. Special itself hits very, very hard. As always, some big crits there. I'm just going to keep backing away now and let the degens do their own work. And she's down with just a small potion needed. Moving on to section 2, node 27, we've got Ebony Moore here. I fought Moore a few times all over the map with Cassie. She's great for him as usual. I did make the mistake here of using Power Start 1 boost, completely forgetting that Moore just gets rid of that. So it was a complete waste of a boost that I'd already spent some units on, but never mind. Again, I'm getting ahead of myself here before I actually managed to enter the fight. So here we go. So yep, classic Moore mistake. I start with 0 power. Well, slightly more than 0 power, but not the 1 bar that's intended, which I do really like for this node because of power focus too, and it allows me to quickly get it under control. Having full fuel at the start allows me to miss the entire special, which puts a lot of stings on. Now we can start our rotation. No matter where I fight more, even though as Cassie is so good for him, he is usually a real bastard and can cause issues. The fight can often very easily go south, which I'm kind of used to, so I'm also equally kind of well drilled in dealing with it. Made a mess of things there, messed my spacing up, then got caught, special missed, and I've just managed to not make contact with him for a while. Give it time for falter to set in, so I am going to completely waste all these stings. Or not just yet, perhaps. Oh yeah, I am. I completely lose them all. Falter comes back in because he didn't throw a special for me to punish. So we're just going to have to start again. Not before taking another few hits to the face. So calmly back off, take my time, punish the special, and we can get back into the flow. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this has gone. It did go a little bit south, but we held on to maintain control, which is equally important. And he's down. Now we wait for Modok to go down, which he does the following day, and we can heal up Cassie and move on to Kindred. I initially had my doubts about sending this fight until I just remembered how good Cassie is for this. He's got power efficiency, which was the same as the last time I took him on node 9. So without the hazard shift. So yeah, it's a good fight. You just still have to be very, very careful. But yeah, here we go. I find I get nervous for the fight because the duels are always much more difficult. As I've explained before, using a small Cassie to duel with just means she always degens to death because I don't have the health to handle it. But that's fine. So we've got him in the corner. Again, we can start our cycle. And just start chaining our shit. Due to the nature of the fight, knockdown protection is going to stay off all the time, which is good because it keeps the red damage from the stings up. As always, Kindred does get to land a heavy on me because it looks exactly the same as Special 1, which is fine. Just, again, annoying. And we're closing in on the end of the fight now. Managed to keep him to the corner as well. Which is going to be good because when I'm rooted I can still just continue to do my thing. I do get caught though, but it's fine, the fight's over at this point. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. I did end up having a spare wax pre-fight, so the last fight that it was possible to be used on was arcade, so we just added it on here. This is going to be a much easier fight than Future Ant-Man. I'm still going to go with the usual approach of Power Style 1, Cosmic Boosts, no need for Power Back because we're using Special 1 only. I'm going to be able to get more boosts on, more buffs on here though, because Arcade Special is Heavy is super easy to punish with Heavy, so I can just take my time before I throw the special and, like I said, allow myself to get more buffs on. By this point with Future Ant-Man I'd have thrown the Special 1, but there's absolutely no need to for me here. I'm just going to charge it up a little bit more. I also need to push him to 2 bars. So this Special 1's going to do a lot more damage than I'm used to doing. I also don't have to play about with any armour. I also don't really, I want to try and avoid pushing Arcade to the corner because of his traps and stuff. This is easily one of the most disappointing champions in the game. The way he was oversold by Kabam is completely criminal. And yeah, I think they have a lot to answer for, to be honest, because a lot of people splashed out for this guy thinking he was going to be OP with all these immunities, and it was just completely false, and he's getting cheesed left, right and centre all over the map, just like that. We played really well today as an alliance, but unfortunately, as is typical, SGA had the war of their lives and I think cleared us with 1 death. So it's a loss for us. Well played to them as always, and we move on to the finale. See you soon, guys. Bye.